Welcome to Here's How We Get There. It's the daily show filled with conversations about business and mental health in a down-to-earth style with real-world language. Now let's dive in with your co-hosts, Kenneth Shark Kinney and Trey Tucker.
All right, Trey, we were just talking about OJ yesterday, but now we're going to talk about another not quite as large of a life character, but a much better athlete in his sport, which is setting the bar pretty high. But Tiger Woods is playing in the 2024 Masters. He says he's got a sixth one into him. He's got 5 green jackets, only one shy of Jack Nicklaus. What are your thoughts on what he could possibly do? And do you at all watch the Masters?
Of course, I watched the Masters, and I actually got to go one year. And actually, the last time I got to, or the only time I got to go was the last time he won. And so,
Wow.
it was incredible because obviously we knew he was playing, but we also knew that the crowds that would be trying to follow him would be just impossible to try to navigate. So we posted up about 3 holes ahead of where we knew he would be just to get a decent seat. And you could just 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes to the time he was approaching, the crowds just swelled and swelled and swelled. And the dude, I can tell you this, the dude is jacked. You know, you think of most golfers as kind of skinny. This dude, I mean, his traps were big, his chest and shoulders are strong, his legs, he's got some power. The dude, I remember stories about him at Stanford when he was a student. He was apparently lifting with the linemen on the football team. So seeing him in person was a pretty physical specimen. But yeah, I think this year,
He was probably doing too many deadlifts without a belt because his back has been his
right,
nemesis. So
right. And so for that reason, and lately the health problems he's had in the last couple of years, I'd be shocked if he actually did something that was really in the top 3 or 5. But he is Tiger Woods, and if he just catches a few healthy days, he's still talented. I love that he's playing. You know, he moves the needle so much. He brings non-golfers or people that aren't even interested in the game itself. He brings them to the TV, and so totally turns it from a typical kind of bland golf tournament, even though the course itself is legendary, but the field itself is pretty bland without him. But when he enters in, all of a sudden there's just a buzz and electricity that really right now only he can bring to golf.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are several other golfers that I've liked watching over the last 20 years, but I don't know of another character other in any sport other than maybe when Michael Jordan played at his peak in the finals, when it was just must see TV at that moment on the weekend. And I still watch it now, even the years he's had zero chance. You want to see him make the cut, which he's done, for 2 decades, but you want to see him be there on Sunday somewhere in the hunt. And I think it's just good for the game of golf. And you think of what he's done to elevate that sport. A lot of those people don't understand how much revenue he's brought on top of, there was already good revenue there. There were already good brands, but he helped lift the entire sport with the money that he brought in through a lot of his affiliations. And I think all the golfers know it, and to some degree, don't necessarily owe it to him, but they pay homage to him because of what he's done for the sport. And I think if we had just kept his head clear and stayed away from a lot of apparently several different bad sources in his life,
Distractions
and driving cars at fast speeds,
right.
we would probably very well be looking at the greatest golfer of all time. But I think it's unfortunately, it's still a jump ball at this point with Jack, mainly because of the character he carried. So there's your lesson. You can be the greatest in the world, but if your character is poop, or has exhibited itself over your career as poop, it tears down your legacy a little bit.
Thank you for joining Shark and Trey on the Here's How We Get There show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit here'showwegetthere.com. That's here'showwegetthere.com.